The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame, as the Habs try to look to gain some confidence heading into the next time frame coming up tomorrow, whoever the opponent may be, as the 2020-21 Washington Capitals have already clinched Team NHL's first time frame win in this project. With that being said, with 9 minutes and 59 seconds left on the clock, we will play out Game 5 as scheduled. And whenever the clock hits zero, I will look and determine when the clock hits zero from the time when the clock hits zero to whenever I say stop the clock, I will be looking at the recording time, and then add on those minutes and seconds for whenever the clock said zero to whenever I say stop the clock. So with that being said, let's get right into things with our next matchup and our final matchup for the time frame. With that in mind, let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we kick things off with a visitor scoring chance of a 42. Visitor player in 5 creates a goal with a quality roll of smart or a triangle. That is John Carlson. He does have a triangle and he does have smart. So therefore, he moves in on Michel Larocque, hoping to make a play save of a 4 or a 5 with a dot. And he does. So John Carlson, no luck there, as his team already won a time frame, won the time frame. The Habs are just looking to gain some momentum heading in to the next day, or into the next time frame coming up tomorrow. We got a home scoring chance of a 16. Visitor goalie must make shot save. So Vitek Vanacek is in net for the Washington Capitals, and he needs to make a 1 or 2 to make the save. He can't, and the Montreal Canadiens do get on the board. It's 1-0. And let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. So that is going to go to Dot. We're going to give it to Cournoyer. And we will give it to Cournoyer. And the assists is going to be 2. Yikes. It's going to be Riesborough. So Cournoyer and Riesborough will be getting the stat line. Cournoyer the goal, and Riesborough the assist. And it's 1-0 Montreal. Visitor scoring chance of a 22. Home goalie must make shot save. 1 or 2 will save it. 3, 4, 5, or 6 will tie the game. And it will tie the game. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be a tie between Shiri and Daniel Sprong and Evgeny Kuznetsov. Oh, no, not Kuznetsov. I'm sorry. So it'll be Connor Shiri or Daniel Sprong. Dot, it's going to be Shiri. And it will be Shiri. And the assist, 1 assist, Evgeny Kuznetsov. So Shiri from Kuznetsov will score the game-tying goal for the Caps, as the Caps are looking to sweep the time frame by a final of 5-0. We'll find out and see what happens. Quality check between players 4 and 1. That's Bouchard and Hagelin for star. Neither of them have star, so we move on to the next segment in this hockey game. Quality check, this time between players 1 and 3. That's Lambert and Backstrom for star. Both guys have star, and we will move on to the next segment of this time frame. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 4. That's Nick Jensen, 4 stars. So pick your poison between Lafleur, Mahavlich, or Savard. I do want to keep at least one triangle and one square out there. So Guy Lafleur is going to take it. So Guy Lafleur will win that battle with Nick Jensen for star, as he has the quality, as Nick Jensen does not. As Guy Lafleur moves in on Vitek Vanacek, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop to keep the game tied. He can't, and the Habs extend the lead. It is 2-1 in favor of the 1976, I should say, 77 Montreal Canadiens. And the assists are going to be 2 assists, Mahavlich and Savard. So it'll be Lafleur from Mahavlich and Savard. And we move on in the next portion of this segment. A penalty check between player number 4, that's Bouchard, and Nick Jensen. It's a flop because he was used. It'll be player number 4 against anybody on the Caps. Well, either way, it's either a tie or go on the power play. They tie. And they'll go on the power play. So Brendan Dillon's going to go to the box as Pierre Bouchard moves in on Vitek Vanacek for a power play goal opportunity to extend the lead here. 1, 2, or 3 will stop it. It will. And with that, the period comes to an end, as after 1, it is 2-1 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We got ourselves a quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Savard and Lars Eller for power. Both guys have power, and we move on to the next segment in this one. Oops, pressing the wrong button. Anyway, we got a visitor scoring chance of a 35. Visitor player in 2 creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Well, visitor player in 1. Oh, excuse me, 35. Sorry. Visitor player in 2, I should say, creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Daniel Sprong does have skill, and he does not have a triangle, but he does have skill. So Spronger will move in on Michel Larocque, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Daniel Sprong comes up empty, as unfortunate as it can get when you're down 2-1 against the Montreal Canadiens. We move on. Home scoring chance 16. Visitor goalie must make shot save. Again, Vitek Vanacek has a 1 shot save, but in this game he has a 2, according to the rules or the adjustments for this game. Game 5 is a +1 shot save star, so he needs to make a 1 or a 2 to stop it. He does. So nobody flips, and we move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance again is 61. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Yikes, we don't. The Caps don't have a square out there, so it is going to be a power play goal for the Canadiens as they lead 3-1. And let's see who scored the power play goal. 5 choice players. So we're going to do this: 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Player number 3, that's Doug Jarvis. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It'll be Tremblay and Wilson. So Jarvis from Mario Tremblay and Maury Wilson. We move on to the next portion of this segment. Quality check between 3 and 2. That's Reesboro and TJ Oshie for hits. Looks like 3 and 2, Reesboro. Yes, Reesboro and Oshie for hit. Reesboro has hit, and he moves in on Vitek Vanacek, hopefully to make a play save. 1, 2, or 3 will do so. Oh, and the Montreal Canadiens extend their lead. It's 4-1. They're getting momentum anyways. So the goal goes to Reesboro, and the assists will go to Steve Shutt and Yvonne Cournoyer for the goal, for the assist on the Doug Reesboro goal. And the Habs lead extends to 4-1. As the Habs are going like, you try to get yours. You already got your win. Now you try to give us a chance to win a game here. Quality check between the we will definitely finish up this game as we will indeed do so with a quality check between Lafleur and anybody on the ice with almost every quality, but we're looking for star. Oh, TJ needs to move out. So the only guy that's out on the ice right now is either Ovechkin or Carlson. We're going to go with Carlson. I do want to keep Ovechkin out there. So both guys have star, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. And right as we have the right as the clock hits 0, while we were just getting into the portion here to our next segment for the second period. So anyway, with that being said, we move to the third. Your score at the end of 40 minutes, the Habs 4 and the Capitals 1. Visitor scoring chance of a 14. Home goalie must make play saves, so Michel Larocque needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to do so, which he will. Nobody will swap. We move on. Quality check, this time between players 5 and 1. That's Chartra and Alex Ovechkin. We're looking for power. Oh, just by the hair of their chinny chin chins. Chartra and Ovechkin will tie as both guys have power. And we move on to the next segment. This time we got a quality check between players 2 and 6, anybody on the ice for the Caps with it's Bouchard, but we're looking for skill. Man, pick your poison between Shiri, Mantha, Kuznetsov, and Orlov. I think we're going with Mantha. Mantha has skill. He's going to win that battle as he moves in on Michel Larocque. 4 or 5 with a dot will do it. Can't. And Mantha will score. Let's see who will assist him on the goal. 7, 2 assists. Kuznetsov and I do want to keep one square out there. So we're going to go with Orlov. So Mantha from Kuznetsov and Orlov will be your scoring tally for that goal right there. And we move on here. Visitor scoring chance, 51. Home player in 1, that's Yvonne Lambert. He stops a goal with a quality roll of power or a square. He does not have a square, but he does have power, so he will stop the goal. He will stop a Washington goal from getting past him, and we move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance, a 25. Choice home player score. Choice player rolls for goal using shots. Choice home player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. So it looks like we can give Mahavlich that chance. Otherwise, if we give it to Tremblay, it's a 2, but you need to roll a 3 or 3 with a dot. So we're going to go with Mahavlich here in this situation. So 1, 2, or 3 will do so. It will, and the Montreal Canadiens extend their lead. It's 5-2 in favor of Pete Mahavlich. And let's see how many assists on the goal we're going to hand out. 2. So Tremblay will get 1, and Yvonne will. Lambert was used. So it will be technically Mahavlich from Tremblay and Wilson. Mahavlich scores the goal. Assisted is Mario Tremblay and Maury Wilson. We continue on here in this segment with a quality check, this time between players 2 and 4. That is Knoyer and Jensen for star. It looks like Yvonne Knoyer has star, so he's going to move in on Vitek Vanacek as Knoyer shoots and scores 6-2 now, as the Habs are really putting on a roughing on the Caps in Game 5. Even though the Caps won the time frame, the Habs are fighting for a little bit of dignity heading into tomorrow's time frame. And with that, Knoyer will score the goal unassisted. So Knoyer will score the goal unassisted, probably either on a breakaway or anything else. Jensen, yep. Jensen was used. And we move on to the next portion of this segment. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 54. Home player in 4 stops a goal. That's Pierre Bouchard if he has a quality roll of power or a square. He does not have a square, and he does have power, so he's going to stop the Washington goal from scoring. And folks, that is going to be it. Stop the clock. Oh my goodness. What a series, what a time frame. But however, the Montreal Canadiens do gain a game on in the time frame, but the Capitals will win the 2020-21 Washington Capitals are going to win Team NHL's first time frame matchup of this project, winning 4-1. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup. Stay tuned for the next wheel spin coming up right after the Bitty Beer Game 5 game summary, and also the Bitty Beer time frame summary, as both game summaries and time frame summaries are brought to you by Bitty Beer, your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has a big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2020-21 Washington Capitals. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, once again, it's that time of day again where we get to figure out who will play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge project. With that in mind, please direct your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. And as a reminder, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. It's as always, it is a big taste at a bitty price, which of course is Bitty Beer. Ooh, the 2022-23 Boston Bruins are up next to tassel with the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. But between the 22-23 Bruins and the 76-77 Habs, who's going to be the home team to start tomorrow's time frame? Well, let's spin the Doc Cola home team decider wheel presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the PLAAY Games community, and is, as always, of course, presented by the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Dare I say a tough task? Let's hope not, as the 22-23 Boston Bruins will head to Montreal to take on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens as the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens will begin the next time frame in this Gauntlet Challenge. With that in mind, again, thank you so much for tuning to today's time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2020 and 2021 Washington Capitals. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any future time frame matchups as well as future content that I may post here on this channel. Also, please sure to leave a like on this video if you like the video, and of course, be sure to leave a comment below on how you think your favorite team did, or if you just want to say congrats or just say something nice, but please, no derogatory language. With that in mind, I hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup and enjoyed the video. And as always, hope you guys have a great rest of your day.